Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John J. Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Texas Rangers franchise here on MLB The Show 21. We are here, getting ready to start the month of May, and I'll tell you what, man, I'm a little surprised by how good that we happen to be doing overall. We're 11-9, which is a little bit better once again than what I was expecting, but man, we might be in a pretty tough division this season. We are 4th in the ALS despite having a winning record, but we're 4 games behind the Houston Astros. It's gonna be a pretty tough division if it's gonna be like this, over the course of the entire season. Just taking a look at some of the other divisions, we're really the only division in baseball where we have more than, at least in the American League side, with more than one team with a winning record. That is absolutely insane. So if we were in any other division in baseball right now, we would be competing straight up for a to win the division, with the exception of the NLS. That's going to the LA Dodgers. I feel like, I would be shocked if it doesn't end up that way at the end of the day. But yeah, man, I am excited to see what this team can do. See if these young guys can continue to develop, and man, let's see if we can stay competitive, man. That's what I would certainly love to see here going forward. But yeah, man, let's see if we can get some critical situations. And look at that, man. We got a 1-0 game here. Ryan Presley's trying to close this out, but you know what? We're trying to get this rally going. Delano DeShields Jr.'s at first base. Let's see if Nick Solak can get it done for us here, man. So here we go. Down 1-0 here in the bottom of the 9th inning, but we have an opportunity to walk it off here potentially. Delano DeShields Jr. sitting at first base right now. Let's see if we can get the job done. As Shields, he's going to steal second base. Let's go, baby. Delano DeShields Jr. with his 3rd stolen base of the season. So now we're trying to go ahead and move the runner to third base. As the second baseman, he bobbles it. And now we got runners at the corners here. 1st and 3rd. Game-winning run on first base. And there's still no outs whatsoever. So things getting really interesting now as George Soler comes to the plate with an opportunity to potentially win this ball game here for us. All it takes is one swing. Let's see if George Soler has that swing in him. 0-2 count here as Soler strikes out, and on top of that, we try to steal second base, and Nick Solak is going to be called out. I thought he was safe personally. I thought he got in there in time, but the umps disagree, and we go from 0 outs to 2 outs all of a sudden as Nate Lowe comes to the plate, still down 1-0. We got 2 outs here at the same time here. Let's see what we can do. Can Nate Lowe? He gets a base hit. That's going to bring Delano DeShields Jr. home, and that's going to tie the ball game up at 1 apiece. These Texas Rangers refuse to give up. And with Eli White now going ahead and pinch running here in the bottom of the 9th inning, let's see if we have what it takes, to get the game-winning run home. Henderson strikes out swinging high up in the zone. Can't catch up to the fastball. And that is, we at least will have extra innings. But now we got the extra inning rule in place here. We got somebody at second base. But there's instantly going to be a run home as Todd Frazier, he subs in at first base, following the bottom of the 9th inning. Todd Frazier can't make the play, unfortunately. The aging veteran not coming in the clutch whatsoever. As now we go ahead, it's another base hit. This time, it's going to be past the center fielder. There's going to be more than one run here. It now makes it 3-1 all of a sudden, as Nick Frey has to come into the game here, trying to go ahead and at least calm things down a little bit. Here's Nick Frey. First batter he faces, he's going to go ahead and strike him out as we go ahead. Try to get out of this inning, and we do. So no more damage is done. So Jermaine Crouch loses the game for us here, unfortunately. Gave up 3 hits in the only inning that he actually pitched in, to say the least. But I mean, gotta give credit to the guys. We fought back against a really good Houston Astros squad, and we had an opportunity to win the game, but just couldn't make it happen at the end of the day. Delano DeShields Jr., he flies out to right field to end the game, and I mean, that's how the cookie crumbles, man. That's how it's gonna go sometimes. But I like the fight in this squad, and it's gonna definitely be a scrappy team, even though we may not be the best team in the major league level. So after the game against the Houston Astros, what we find out is that David Dahl actually dislocated his shoulder, and he's going to be out for a month or 2. So we're going to go ahead and put him on that 60-day disabled list. But man, that is a tough pill to swallow, as well as David Dahl was one of our better players that we have on the roster. I mean, that was that's our starting left fielder right there. And if you're looking at what we have Chris Davis, we have Willie Calhoun. It's a little bit of a drop off between then and now. Granted, Chris Davis in limited action has played pretty well, 296, 2 home runs and 10 ribbies, but he's more of one of those platoon guys. I think at this point in his career, 34 years old, he's starting to decline across the board. It's going to be a tough sledding, man. We're going to see what this team is made of for sure, man, as we go ahead and, at least move through the next week, see, what happens after that. As we actually lose quite a few games. We actually went on a 3-game losing streak, and it was a little ugly. Losing 5-12 to Oakland. Yu Darvish was charged with the loss, and then Coley O'Hara, gets his first loss of the season too. 1-11 was that final score, man. So a tough look for us. We do end up winning our next 2 games against the New York Yankees, so that does get us back to 500. But I wouldn't be shocked if we went below 500, at least here in season number 2. But this episode right here is mostly about the future, and I am excited about what we got going on down here at the AA level. We got us quite a few guys that are going to be going ahead and making their major league debut, most notably Derek Carrot the 4th. He was our 2nd overall pick. He's already working on some of his stuff. Already got a +1 for power against right-handed pitchers. He's got that elite speed and excels at stealing bases. So if he gets on base, he's going to be really dangerous. My plan for him is I want him to sit here at the AA level this season, get him to AAA, sometime in season 3, and then in season 4 he makes his MLB debut. He's almost good enough to play in the major leagues right now, but I want to make sure he has some time to develop because we're not in a position to contend just yet, as we're also checking out some other custom recruits that are down here. Anthony Johnson, he's going to be playing out in left field. He's I believe he's a 4th round rookie if I'm not mistaken. He's a 64 overall. See potential though. So we'll see if he makes it to the MLB level. And then William Moore is down here as well. He was our 6th round pick. He's a 60 overall, which is not bad for AA, but D potential. Unsure if he'll actually make it to the MLB level. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and play against the Hooks of Corpus Christi. I believe they're in Texas, if I'm not mistaken. And specifically, want to go ahead and we saw player lock on our person that's making their professional debut in Derek Carrot the 4th, man. I can't wait to see what this guy can do. We'll see what he's got, man. Let's see what this kid is all about. So let's go ahead and see what Derek Carrot the 4th can go ahead and do for us here. His very first professional game. Let's see what the first, or I should say our 2nd overall pick from this past year's MLB draft can do. Is Derek Carrot. He actually hits this one pretty well, but it's going to die at the warning track, unfortunately. So first at bat for the 2nd overall pick. It's actually a flyout. But you can saw he does a really nice job, getting some solid contact on the ball. Just was hit right to the left fielder, unfortunately, as he almost gets his first hit, but he just narrowly hits it foul. Although on his second at bat, he is, going to strike out. Strikeout looking as well. So not the best start for the second overall pick, but you can tell that this man certainly has elite speed. The real question is, can he hit the ball consistently enough, to make that, kind of stuff worthwhile, as we do get a perfect, but it's literally hit to a center fielder. You absolutely hate to see it. You would think like a perfect would actually go ahead and, get us a hit, but that's not the case here. So, Derek Carrot the fourth, he is 0 for 3 in this ball game. As we now go into the top of the 7th inning now, we go ahead now, see what the pitcher's going to do. As we get into a 2-2 count, Carrot fighting to finally get on base in his first professional game. As Carrot makes solid contact, but the shortstop grabs it, but cannot throw it over to first base in time. That's that elite speed that I'm talking about. Derek Carrot the fourth beats out a throw from shortstop. And it was like a relatively hard to hit ball as well. So now, manager tells us to try to go ahead and steal, but we steal a little early. Carrot almost managed to get into the plate at time, but he's going to be called out. Just jumped the gun a little bit, probably showing some nerves. Remember, this is a kid that's just 18, 19 years old. This guy, he was literally going to high school prom just a few months ago. And now he is here playing at the professional level. As, one thing that I do really like about this kid, he is a really good defender, shows some pretty nice range overall, which is something that I certainly do like to see. But it doesn't matter, at least in this game. Derek Carrot the fourth, could not will this team to victory. We lose the opener against Corpus Christi. So we do a little bit more simulating down here at the AA level, and Jermaine Levine actually broke his ankle, during one of the games. That's a tough one to take in for sure. I personally had a broken ankle, a few years back, and, Derek Carrot the fourth also gets hurt as well. He strains his calf. He's only going to be out for a few days, so, we'll keep him on the active roster. He should be back, shortly. But that's a tough loss to take in, too, having someone like that, not on the, not there, playing with us anymore, at least not for the time being. As we're checking out the stats for him starting off in, his first season, you could see what he's, he was caught stealing, and he didn't steal a base just yet, but that being said, he has 12 hits, he has a couple of doubles. He doesn't have any home runs or RBIs yet, but he is, as that leadoff man, 316, that's really good. And, he's starting to get those stats up as well. He's getting more durable, getting better fielding. I really like what Derek Carrot the fourth can do. He's going to be a future star at the MLB level. Anthony Johnson, too, has been doing pretty good as well. You'll have to go ahead and check him out in this episode as well because he's not hurt. He's batting 364 so far, although he did lose one speed, so that's a little concerning because he's only 22. You shouldn't be losing athleticism, but, 364, no home runs, but an RBI, that's pretty good. We'll have to check him out, in our next, AA game that we're about to do. So let me just say that the youth movement down here seems to be coming into the clutch because, even with Derek Carrot the fourth, not playing, we got a couple of guys, that are custom recruits that are, doing some good stuff. Anthony Johnson's batting 364. William Moore, he's batting 289. That's really good. Gary's Buckingsworth, he's not known for his bat, but he's batting over 300 right now. He's off to a pretty solid start himself, but we're going to go ahead and, play with Anthony Johnson in this game. Let's see what he can do against the San Antonio Missions, playing some more AA action. So now we'll go ahead and take a look at another custom prospect that we picked up in last year's MLB draft. Anthony Johnson, who has surprisingly done pretty well. He comes in batting 364 so far, including a nice, looks like a base hit down the right center field. Is it going to stay in the park? Oh, that was almost an out. Anthony Johnson run into second, and he's going to get in there in time. Despite the late reaction, if we read it a little bit sooner, that could have potentially been a triple, but still a really nice extra base hit for Anthony Johnson. As we'll now go ahead and have a full count here as it leaves William Moore on deck. Let's see if we can go ahead. We don't get the, we unfortunately do not get the, hit this time around, or even a walk. We get a ground out to second base, but, overall, Anthony Johnson doing a really good job of making solid contact with the ball. He, based on how he's starting so far this season, he could turn into a steal in the MLB draft so far. Remember, this was a guy that, if I'm not mistaken, was a 6th round pick for us, if I'm not mistaken. Now, whether he actually grows into an MLB player or not, that is still to be determined. But, that being said, first little bit of AA action, she's actually looking pretty solid, man. I'm liking what I'm seeing overall as Anthony makes a nice grab at that ball. That was a liner out there in right field as well, and it keeps the lead from expanding from the 1-0 game that we're currently experiencing, as we're down here now in the bottom of the 6th inning, as Anthony Johnson, going to go ahead, go deep into right field, and it is able to make that catch as well, but we got to get the ball in. The ball's stuck on his hand, but thankfully he doesn't try to get home, though. Runner will advance to third base, as Anthony Johnson, with one swing of the bat, has an opportunity here to go ahead and tie this ball game up. Let's see if he can go ahead and get the job done, as the pitch is coming. 1-1 count. That's a nice base hit as well. That's going to locate in left center field. This time only a single, as manager wants us to steal with Anthony Johnson as well. Pitch is underway. Johnson going to go for it, risk it for the biscuit, but it's a great throw. And Johnson's going to be called out at second base, unfortunately. So it is what it is, as we got guys on first and second, 2 outs, and Johnson's going to go ahead and strike out here, unfortunately. But, Frisco, starting to pull ahead a little bit here. We are, in a position to go ahead and Lisa win this ball game. We'll have to see what happens here as we get to the bottom of the 8th inning. Suddenly, it's all tied up at 2-2. We've got a full count here, 2 outs. Let's see if Johnson can make the play that's going to get us out of this 8th inning. As the pitch is underway here, Johnson getting ready. And it's hit right to Anthony Johnson, a pretty routine fly ball that he is going to go ahead and catch. So, Johnson's showing some pretty solid defensive instincts. That's something that I do really like to see. Let's see if we have what it takes to actually go ahead and finish this game in the first place. And we'll go ahead now to the bottom of the 9th. Our guys take care of business. Frisco with a 3-2 lead on the San Antonio Missions. We'll see if we can go ahead and finish this up once and for all. The pitch is underway. Anthony Johnson with the last out. He's going to be able to get under it, and that's going to end this ball game. The Frisco Rough Riders going to win this one. The San Antonio Missions 3-2. And Anthony Johnson looked good in the process. We got to go ahead and check out the stats now. So not only does this, Frisco squad beat San Antonio by a final score of 3-2, but Anthony Johnson looked good out there, doing 2 for 4 and getting a double as well. William Moore, though, that is our 6th round pick, I believe. 2 for 4, home run, RBI, and obviously scored a run from his own solo shot, man. We got to check out William Moore. We're going to have to track him down. I didn't see him as a guy that could, make it to the MLB level, but if he can keep that level of play up, by any chance, continue to bat around 300, maybe he can go ahead and turn some heads. We'll just have to wait and see. So we get to the end of the month of May, and as of right now, we're actually still sitting above 500. We're going to have a 25-23 record going into the month of June, as we are getting close, starting the All-Star rate as well as the MLB draft. We do finish off the month of May on a 2-game winning streak as well here, as we go ahead and prepare ourselves for the next episode, where we will have the MLB draft as well as, a few critical situations. Also go ahead and maybe check out and see if, we have anybody that is projected to go to the All-Star game as well. It's going to be a good one, and hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, make sure you smash that like button, and if you happen to be brand new and made it to the end of this video, feel free to hit that subscribe button as well, because it helps grow the community that we got going on here. This is John J. Gaming on the mic, signing off. I'm hoping you're all out there having a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.